Greeting, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in this world. Change your perception and your reality will change. How you see and perceive yourself will determine what you attract and what you receive. What's your self-talk? What have you been telling yourself all these years? What's the story you've been telling yourself? How you perceive yourself is not how others perceive you. Never assume that others perceive you the way you are perceiving yourself. Let's intercept, challenge, and change one of the most common perceptions. And number one is, I'm not good enough, which I have spoken about lengthily, but I will repeat it again. You are good enough. You are a gift from God. You have been equipped and blessed with natural talents, and you are here for a reason. You are a walking miracle. You have natural talents that you have been blessed and equipped with. So you are good enough. 2, oh, I'm overweight or I'm skinny. Well, did you check your mental health? Both skinny and overweight are associated with mental health. Do you exercise? Are you looking after your mental health? What are you perceiving your body? Do you understand your body? Your perception of how your body operates is everything to do with how your body is now, or your state of your health. And also, I don't believe in coincidences. What about you've been put in this situation deliberately by God so you can learn something? So you can learn empathy. And also, did you notice that both skinny or overweight, they're blessed with verbal gymnastics? They are really sharp with their tongue. So it's a temporary situation that teaches you empathy and how to defend yourself verbally and other skills. So it's not all bad, but it's temporary. 3, oh, you've been told you got ADHD, dyslexia, autism, which I had never heard of when I was growing up. Well, funny enough, dyslexia, autism, and ADHD often co-occur in geniuses. So is it dyslexia or is it genius? Is it ADHD or is it genius? Is it autism or is it genius? Albert Einstein was called slow. I think he only started verbally speaking until when he was 7. He was called slow, weird, and one of his teachers told him, you will never amount to anything. One of the greatest physicists that graced this planet. So weird, slow, or genius. 4, you've been told you got anxiety. Well, okay, you got anxiety. Anxiety is associated with poor diet. Are you eating properly? Oh, I got anxiety because I'm scared, because I'm weak. No, you're not weak. Eat properly. Check it. You can check it if you want. Poor diet. Other factors, but poor Dr. Jordan Peterson had a patient and she had anxiety, and he asked her, what are you eating in the morning? She said, just a bowl of rice all day. that's what she eats. And he asked her to change her diet, and anxiety miraculously disappeared. So are you eating properly? Okay, the biggest subject, my mental health, depression. You got depression. Do you have depression, or you're not exercising and you're not eating properly? And also you're tearing yourself apart and talking negative yourself and knocking yourself down and hanging out with negative people and watching negative news, and all your life is around negative thoughts. So actually, depression is not bad. It's just your body and mind telling you, I have had enough. It's like the engines, any engine, when that red light come out, it's telling you something is missing. I have reached the point of I need maintenance. So your body needs maintenance. It's not all bad. And also depression, mental health is temporary. How many times I have to repeat this? It is temporary. And you will come out of it a better person and stronger. If you're not eating properly, you don't exercise, you listen to bad news, you hang out with negative people, and you're knocking yourself down every day, of course your body will say. And also stress hormones. You're under a lot of stress, and you don't release the stress by exercising or speaking to somebody. So it's not bad. It's just your body have had enough. And then the last one is, I can't do it because people are better than me. How do you know? Did you try? What do you mean they're better than you? I mixed with the best of them. With the best of them. They're not better than you. You just haven't tried. You haven't practiced it. You haven't wrote that book. You haven't gone to the gym and exercised. You haven't done that play. You haven't designed. You haven't tried. You haven't gone to competition. You haven't done that training, coaching. You haven't done it. How do you know you're not? They're better than you. You're just knocking yourself. You haven't even tried, and you're saying, oh, they're better than me. What do you mean they're better than you? You haven't tried. Go and try it and persist and have consistency and discipline. And I promise you, you will be one of the best. You should have to be consistent, and also don't give up after 3 months. If you don't do it for 2-3 years, don't talk to me about they're better than me. There's no better than I'm mixed with the best of them. You got it. You got the talent. If you're gifted, you're gifted. You know it. I'm the perfect example of that. So here it is, telling me, I grew up in a little town, and there was despair. The government doesn't care about the town that I come from. And there was despair, and everybody just giving up and talking negative. And I changed that perception. I didn't like it. And by changing that perception, I am what I am now, because I refused what they were saying to me when I was a teenager. Oh, there are no jobs around, just stay here. You will accept reality. And I absolutely refused that. And I just thought there is a better world. And I know I have so much talent, and I have so much in me that the world has to see, and I have to share it with the world. And I did change the perception. And because I changed my perception of myself, look what I am now. And also, this might shock you, but when I was young, I was called ugly all the time. Harsh, isn't it? Absolutely, especially the boys telling me always ugly. Well, I'm not going to mention, I knew I was not, I'm not saying but I get by, thank you, Lord. But this is what kills all the haters. I went for a job in one of the biggest brands in the world. It's menswear, suits. One of the biggest brands in the world. I won't mention it for legal reasons. And the area manager told me, everything about you is our brand. Everything. And I was recalling when I was called ugly all the time. I just haters. One of the biggest brands in the world telling me in the interview, everything about you is our brand. You present us. That's what we're looking for. So haters, remember when you called me ugly? So it's your perception. Remember, change your perception of yourself. Also, when I when I failed in the fourth year in college, and they knocked me down and said, you will amount to nothing. You are useless, and you won't amount to nothing. Well, not only I did post-graduation, not only I studied one of the biggest universities in England, if not in the world, but I am an international speaker, international author, and an international coach. So if I was perceiving myself as amount to nothing, and I accepted their perception of me, I will not be here. So change your perception of yourself, and your reality will change. I'm sure your perception has already changed after what I have said. But the world, yourself and the world, when you change your perception of yourself, you will see the world differently. You will see opportunity differently. You will see success differently. You can see a different world. It's just by changing your perception. Anything that you learned from school to university to society to what you see in the news, if it doesn't make sense, challenge it. So change your perception, and your reality will change. I promise you that. Thank you for watching and listening. See you on the other side.